no ordinary love, no ordinary love. This is no ordinary love, no ordinary love.
Probably a bit of luck as much as anything else. I liked science at school, particularly liked chemistry, so that helped me pick my degree, which was chemical engineering. I would say I picked my degree when I was 17. I had no idea what I wanted to be. But after graduating, you start looking for jobs, and the industry definitely looked pretty exciting, looked pretty cool. And then after that, when I got my job, formally working for Diageo, there was a wee bit of luck involved in my first placement being up in the north of Scotland. I was at a maltings called Birkhead. Then I worked on the design and building of a brand new distillery. And when I worked on that design of a brand new distillery, I was surrounded by people 20, 30 years experience, and you know, you just soak up all this information, and you also soak up all this kind of passion and interest in people who genuinely love their jobs. And after that, that's where my path was set, and I knew what I wanted to do for the rest of my life was make whiskey. What makes me most proud? There's been a couple of times in my life where I've been very proud of being a part of some projects. So working again on that new distillery. So there's now a distillery built in Speyside where I was there on day one when it was first formulated as an idea and helped to bring it to life. So I feel some real pride there. I was very proud to be the youngest distillery manager in Oban Distilleries history, which was really cool when it happened. Sadly, that was a very, very long time ago now because I'm getting very old. Getting the job as Dr. Bill's, you know, in Dr. Bill's team with the potential to take over if all things, you know, go to plan. The potential to take over as Dr. Bill, to take over these two incredible single malt whisky distilleries, that's something that makes me really excited, I guess I'd say. But you know, every day it's just an amazing job. Every day it's really cool to come in and help to make iconic, famous whiskies. God. My whiskey was a person, who would it be and why? I guess that depends on the day, just such a cop-out. But I guess if I have a bias, I tend to drink ex-bourbon whiskies. So I guess my person would be American. If I'm really getting my arm twisted, you know, it does change from day to day, but probably because I lived in Islay for so long, my whiskey's going to be smoky. So I guess my whiskey would be an old, well, a younger actually, because I like them young and super smoky, the whiskies. So a young American cigar smoker would probably be my whiskey of choice. But then if you ask me tomorrow, it'll be completely different. Whenever it's appropriate. Whenever it's appropriate. I guess sometimes people think I drink whiskey every day. I don't. I think sometimes people think when I go to a bar or go to a pub, the only thing I drink is whiskey. That's not true either. But best time to drink whiskey when I'm nosing and tasting, as soon as it arrives here. As soon as the sample comes in for the distillery, that's when I want to nose, taste, do the sensory analysis and work out, is this one ready to go or does it need more work? I think the rest of the team, I think Bill would agree with that. When I'm out and about, I really do, and again it's a bit of a cliche, but I love drinking whiskey in a group. I think there's a whole conversation to be had. Most of my friends, I have like some really close friends, 5 or 6 really close friends, and shockingly none of them really like whiskey. they don't really like it that much. But if we're out together, you know, sometimes just so they can kind of slag me off and say that all I do is talk about whiskey, we might get some whiskies in. And I love it every so often when you try one and you get someone to try it and they say, oh, I get it, I could probably drink this one, you know, more often. Apart from that, there's some times in my job where I'm at whiskey shows, I'm at master classes, and sometimes you just get to taste something that really is not out yet or is not available yet or is way beyond my means, and that's pretty cool too. So there's so many things to enjoy a whiskey. My next social media update will be on Instagram because that's the only social media that I have. I've just put up quite a lot of stuff about Glenmorangie Alta, which is the 10th private edition of Glenmorangie. I tend to post more when I'm travelling, so sometimes people think I'm abroad all the time because it's when I tend to post more. But undeniably the star of my Instagram is not the whiskey, it's my son Jamie, and he seems to have picked up like a cult following like no other. So no doubt it'll be when I get home tonight and get to see him before bath time. None of that's allowed. But probably me and my son playing at some bloody game or watching Peppa Pig is no doubt going to be the next post.